Welcome, everybody, to episode 13 of the Canuckleheads podcast. I am your host, Justin, joined by my co-host, Mr. Wes. And before we get into the games, we have some game postponements from the next two games. We had back-to-backs in Vancouver, Saturday and Sunday night. Toronto, Saturday, and Phoenix, Arizona, Sunday. No real update. These just happened a couple hours ago, so not sure what next week's podcast is going to look like entirely. It'd be weird anyways because it's going to be Christmas, but it's going to be different for sure now. So
we'll figure it out.
This week will be a regular podcast, but just because we have no idea what's going to happen next week, we'll see. I guess we'll still go over score predictions and shit.
For sure. Yeah. We'll go over some stuff.
And then again, before we get into the games here, Thatcher Demco was the first star of the week by the NHL. So we were both right with our Canucks of the week there. Nice to see him getting some league recognition as like the ridiculous goaltender that he is and has become. So.
And especially kind of with the start our team has had, or the first half of the season that our team has had, usually the goalies don't get much recognition. So at least now with our team turning it around and people really see how good he is in these games because he's held us in a lot of these. Yeah,
he has been good. So the first game we'll go over is the Carolina Hurricanes at the Vancouver Canucks. This was December 12th, 2021. Thatcher Demco in net after being named this was the night after because this was a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
So we had a goal from Brock Boeser, which stay tuned because this is a theme this week.
Yeah.
Great give and go with Miller. It was Pearson, Miller, and Best on a line, and this line really started going this week here.
They started clicking, 100%.
It was just some good board battles from Miller and Pearson both. Pearson turned a puck over, and then Boeser kind of poked it to Miller, who just gave it right back to Boeser and just sniped one.
Yep, which I want to touch on this as well because we talked about this in numerous other podcasts, is that on Bo's line, I felt like Pearson was not winning those board battles, those key board battles to dish out in front of the net or even just to get possession to go the other way. I just felt like, I guess, he just wasn't working hard enough or it wasn't coming into his favor or whatever. But now on this line, it seems like things are clicking. Yeah. He's winning those battles. He's working harder. He's getting more points. So good on you, Pierce.
Well, it's a big kind of theme again, right? Like change is good for you sometimes. And maybe just the Pearson-Bo pairing kind of run its course there. So.
And it's funny because we could see it was broken for quite some time.
Like, not broken, like they always played good together, it's just they weren't putting up points.
I thought it was absolutely no good anymore. It was getting toxic, and I believe it was the best thing that they could have done was to split those two up.
I think toxic is a little harsh. They weren't putting up points. It is harsh, but they were playing good, but I know what you mean.
I'm very excited they're not on the same line.
Boudreau made the right choice, and it looks like it's working not just on that line, but on a couple of lines. So this was 1-0 after 1 for Vancouver. In the second, we had a goal from Elias, the alien Pettersson. Just sniped it on a great play by Myers to break up Carolina. They were taking the puck up ice.
Yeah.
Myers broke up a pass and was just gone. Nice pass over to Garland, who set up Petey, who just... Vintage Petey just whipped one past the goalie. So.
Yeah, and which I was happy that Mizey didn't try to pass it across to Petey because there was kind of a defender right there. So it was a smart play from Myers to chip it up to Garland to make the angle on that pass to Petey. It was a really, really nice goal.
Yeah, no, Myers was the driver on this one. Two smart plays to read the play to break up the pass and then just go with it. Not try and feed somebody who didn't have speed in transition. He carried the puck across the line and then made plays when everybody was up to speed. So good job on the chaos draft there. And then this one, the Canucks won 2-1. Carolina got a late goal there. But again, this was just Demko doing what he does, like we've said so many times. Because Carolina's a good team. The thing I noticed is they're kind of different than most teams that we've seen the Canucks play against because they pressure you in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
They're not really... Like they are a good defensive team, but that's not what they want to do. They want to get that puck from you immediately and get on the attack. Like this was,
and they're super fast.
Yeah, this was a neutral zone battle almost to just gain possession in the Carolina end. So it's a good Carolina team. Sebastian Aho didn't play this game. At the start, they said it was a non-COVID related illness, but afterwards he was put on the COVID protocol. as well as Seth Jarvis, I believe, who played in this game. So this was kind of a trend, which has not. I don't want to blame Carolina for this, but we've had some players on in the COVID protocol now too, and these 2 games getting canceled. So it's
just a problem around the league in general right now.
Yes, around multiple leagues. Like the NFL is. So
everyone's getting hit by it again.
Yeah. So 2-1 Vancouver. Canucks just keep winning. So
thank God. Let's go.
Yeah. So then we had the Columbus Blue Jackets in the house, December 14th. Yaroslav Halak got the start. Luke Shen, Brad Hunt, and Lamico were all in the COVID protocol for this one. So no Juleson. Juleson? I want to say Juleson.
You could say Juleson. Yeah, I heard them. I think they pronounced it both ways on the broadcast. So
we'll call him. Juleson was made his Canucks debut tonight. OEL was back in the lineup, so it was good to see that.
It's like Hoglander. I say Hoglander.
So this one was not a good first period for the Canucks. Down 3-0 after one. Halak, I would say one of those goals was pretty bad. The third goal of the night was pretty soft.
Yeah.
It was a kind of a one-on-one. Hughes took the angle. Like, Quinn Hughes didn't do anything wrong on that play. It was just a bad goal by Halak. It was looking like Halak was going to shoot himself in the foot tonight, but at the end after the first, he sealed it up. There was no more like bad goals or anything like that. He's really good after that. It's just a bad start for him.
Yeah.
And after the first period in this, Tucker Poolman was pulled and put into the COVID protocol too. So again, another guy who, maybe you get late results back and gets pulled out of the game. So.
Yeah, which is scary for our team because like the guys know like, okay, he was just pulled out of the game. They probably even know what for, and they're all just thinking, okay, well, is this a ticking time bomb? Are we all about to get it again? And especially what we went through last year, it's kind of a scary situation. I was honestly surprised that we even played this game, but
and we'll get to it next game too here, but they're like, you look at the Calgary Flames right now,
they're decimated.
What do they have? 4 guys that aren't on COVID protocol. So like,
yep, and their coaching staff has it. Their
the
players
entire
have it.
team basically. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah. From what I've heard though, because I believe there's only one player in the NHL that isn't vaccinated, nobody's really shown any,
getting too sick.
Strong symptoms,
which is
like that,
nice.
So.
You want to hear that everyone's in good spirits and in good health. It just sucks that we can't get back to this regular NHL season that we were craving.
Because like Wes said last year, like Brandon Sutter's still not playing because of COVID from symptoms. Last year.
Yep.
So it's nice to know that the vaccine is doing the trick and nobody's super sick.
That's good.
Rhymed unintentionally. So to start the second, we had a goal from Beaufort William Scorbat.
What a beauty.
Just a absolute snipe on a good play from Besser, who chipped the puck up to Hughes. And Hughes is, right now, it seems like anytime he touches the puck, it's tape to tape, it's going in the net. So, nice cross-ice pass to Bo, who just sniped it on Merzlikins. So this was 3-1 at the end of the second. So it's... You can tell it's a new era, right? Because this feels like, and no offense to Green, just the way the team was, like, we would have been buried.
For sure.
There would have been, like, no pushback. Like, this would have just snowballed into, like, a 7-1 kind of game.
And especially the way the Carolina game went with the amount of pressure that they were putting on. It's just, like, you could tell, like, if we were still in the situation, in the slump we were in, there was no way we were walking out with a dub that night.
Yeah.
And you can just tell we have the fire to win these games, and we're battling constantly, and that's why we're pulling out the dub.
There's definitely a new era, a new mojo about the team too. And it's even still like, I'm not used to it, right? Like there are certain parts in the game where I'm like, this is going in.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But it is, the players don't play that way.
Yeah.
Nobody has that energy about them anymore. So
for sure. And that's why like in the Columbus first period there, when Halak lets that one go by him, I'm like, oh no, is this going to be the start of our downfall here? But then nope, he just seals it up, stands strong the rest of the night. That was nice to see. So
in the second, we had a goal from Elias, the alien Pettersson, goals in back-to-back.
Yep.
From Connor Garland and Tyler Myers. It was good puck recovery from the Canucks on this one. 2 times they took the puck back. And just took the puck to the net hard multiple times. Petey had another chance that he just kind of, the puck bounced on him and he whiffed on it. His best Tanner Pearson impersonation. But just good determination from this line. And this is the other line that's really feels like they're starting to roll too is Podkolzin, Petey, and Garland.
Yep.
So like, as much as you want to see the Lotto line, like having these two lines going right now is working for the Canucks.
And honestly, like Pearson's just working so well with JT Miller and Brock Besser, which it's funny. I remember on a previous podcast, it was one of our first ones. I remember saying, like, I don't feel like JT Miller and Brock Besser are as connected as Petey and Miller, but now look at them go. Like without Petey on that line, they are finding each other cross seam passes. Like and it's nuts.
This is something I just thought of too that we've talked about before. I think having Petey and Besser on different lines is good for Besser because he's the shooter and now he knows it, right?
Yep.
Miller has a shot, but very rarely does he use it.
He's a good playmaker as well.
And Besser has just been shooting pucks like a madman, and that's what we need from him.
That kind of takes care of our overpassing problem, having those two split up.
Yeah, because Best kind of, I think, gets it in his mind that Petey should be the guy.
Yeah. When
Best can absolutely be the guy too. He's
like
proved it this week.
110%. He was our first guy to hit double digits with the goals this year, so it was nice to see.
I don't think he was.
I thought he hit number 10 first.
I think he's on 8. Bo hit 10 first.
Did he?
I think so.
Let me check.
Pretty sure it was Beaufort.
Oh, if it was, I'm sorry, Bo. I couldn't remember which one it was. I was just thinking it was my boy, Brock Besser, but you know.
Besser has had a good week, though.
Great week.
So then, late in the third, we had a goal from Vasily Podkolzin on a great pass from Quinn Hughes and a beautiful skating play from Tyler Myers, who was skating backwards and just kind of walked the line and a nice like curve along the circle, threw it down to Hughes, who went around the net and just showed so much patience with the puck till a seam opened up right through a Blue Jacket's legs, and Podkolzin had an empty net, like a half-empty net to shoot at. So
yeah, an absolute beauty play set up, and I like how Quinn just had all the confidence in the world just to kind of hold the puck, move around the net, wait for the pass to open up, and then boom, there it was. And Justin was 110% right. Bo Horvat was the first one to hit 10. JT Miller's at 10. Connor Garland's at 9. Brock Besser at 9. Niels Höglander at 7. Elias Pettersson at 6. Which is nice to see. Yeah.
So, and then again, late in the first, I believe this was the first power play of the game for the Canucks.
Yep.
Your captain and mine, Beaufort William Horvat, on a great cross-ice pass from JT Miller, who, again, we talk about Miller a lot, how it makes these like 1 or 2 plays a game that keeps him from being elite. When it works, man, does it work? Because this was a nice goal, a nice pass. Beautiful. And again, it just seems like 2 weeks ago, this wasn't going through. This would have been blocked. Somebody would have picked it off. They would have went down and scored a goal.
Yeah, deflected wide.
Just anything. But instead it went tape to tape, and Bo just chipped it up and over Merzlikins on a beautiful chip shot. It just deflected it kind of and angled it right in the net. This was a really nice goal.
Very slim passing lane. JT Miller threads it perfectly, and then Bo with the little knee dropper top shelf. Love to see that.
Yeah. So that went in with 58 seconds left for the Canucks to take their first lead and ultimately win this game 4-3. So this, like Wes said earlier, this one seemed like it was going to be where that new coach magic kind of has run its course, and you're like, okay, we're back to maybe just an average to okay team, but they showed a lot of guts, a lot of determination, no quits, were never discouraged at any point. They never just roll over and died. This team battled back.
Which pucks just seem to be going in for us right now.
Yeah.
The earlier in the season there, we were getting some grade A's, but just ringing bars and missing wide and
fanning on
exactly. Pucks. Now we got pucks going in the net, so let's keep it going.
Also, another thing that kind of sparked the boys in this one was Connor Garland dropping the gloves, not necessarily getting into a fight, but dropping the gloves with a much bigger defenseman. I do not remember his name, but
I don't remember his name either. Kind of a bum. He was trying to abuse Garland a little bit out in front of the net, and he was cross-checking and pushing him around, and so Garland got frustrated, dropped the mitts with him. That guy pulled a little bit of a P-word move there, didn't drop the mitts with a guy who's 50 pounds lighter than you, but that definitely sparked the boys. He was the one showing the motion out on the ice. After that point, it was a huge turning point for us, and we got the momentum.
And Boudreau even said that after the game. He's like, finally somebody showed a little bit of emotion. And
yep.
I wonder if there's a history there between Garland, because it was weird, just kind of out of nowhere, that or maybe he's just finally sick of it because he's a bit of an agitator. But
Yep, and it was funny because when he made that reverse hit that everyone was talking about there against that Detroit player, he said in his post-game interview, like, if I thought it was a bad hit, I would have dropped the gloves. And so right then I knew that was an element to his game he wasn't afraid to implement, which I was really excited and happy that he was like, I don't care how big you are, you're not going to push me around like that.
Yeah.
And I think all the boys just fed off of that type of energy.
Yeah, Connor Garland does not seem scared of anything.
He's not. So. And that's exactly why I'm getting the Connor Garland threads as soon as I go to Vancouver.
So yeah, that was a big 4-3 win for the Canucks. A game where they showed a lot of character, and it was just good to see because the way this season has been, you would have just expected them to be done after the first period. Yeah. But chipped and clawed the entire game, and first win for Jaro Halak as a Canuck. So it was good to see. All the guys were excited for that. He really locked it down after that kind of shaky first period, and not necessarily his fault, right? He hasn't played in a long time.
For sure, Demco got the net for how many games in a row there?
A lot.
So I mean, I don't blame him whatsoever being a little shaky at the start of the game, but also completely shut it down in the third period. There was some grade A's from the other team that could have easily went in, and he stood strong. Yeah,
so good on you, Halak, and congratulations on your first as a Canuck.
Congrats.
All right, so moving on to December 16th, San Jose Sharks, Vancouver at San Jose.
Yeah.
This, to me, was a game I had scheduled for a little bit because we've been on this very long run of playing Eastern Conference teams and winning, which is nice. But these are the ones where you really gain ground.
You got to win
on your opponents, right? Yep. They're kind of like 4-point games, right? You burn a game, you gain 2 points.
And don't take them to overtime where they get a point. Like, let's win in regulation, let's seal it up, and let's start making moves in this division.
Yeah, because we talked about that a week or two ago now, how I'm just looking at the next team. And since then, we've jumped over 2 or 3 teams. So that's kind of how I've been looking at it.
Which it's funny because I believe we're at 28 points or maybe somewhere around there. And then all the next 4 teams are at 30 to 31.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're gaining ground with this win streak.
The thing but
we have the most games played.
Like you look at, I was looking at the Oilers this week. We're 4 points behind the Oilers, but 4 games in hand of the Oilers. So it's...
which is not good to see, but at the end of the day, they're on a little bit of a slump right now.
And the entire Pacific Division has been going like that. So we're on a heater at the right time. It would be it sucks to complain about winning, but I wish these were Western Conference teams. But still, we've done nothing but win for the last 2 weeks, and it's what we need to keep doing. There's still a very slim chance. Mathematically, we make the playoffs. Yeah. But the boys just have to keep going 1 game at a time like we've been doing.
That's the thing. And so, correction, we actually have 30 points right now with 31 games played. Dallas, they're 1 position below us. They only have 27 games played, and they're at 28 points.
Yeah.
So, right there, if they win their next 2 games or whatever, right? Yeah. They're already ahead of us.
So that's why the San Jose game was a big one for me because it's Western Conference, a team ahead of us.
Yep.
So I was...
And then above us, you have San Jose, 30 games played, 31 points. Winnipeg, 29 games, 31 points, which Paul Maurice just resigned as head coach.
Yes.
So that's kind of crazy. There. And then LA with 28 games played, 31 points. So even LA, they're 3 games behind us and they're already 1 point ahead. So it's going to be tough. We got to keep this heater going. But
definitely the wins are nice, but they really matter when we start playing Western Conference teams, which was supposed to happen right away here. But we'll get to this game in San Jose. Thatcher Demco starts again. Guillaume Brisebois was called up. It was in the lineup because, again, COVID protocols.
Yep.
First road game in the Bruce Boudreau era. So that's something else I was interested to see, is it going to be different on the
when
road?
We're not at home.
Yeah, when there's no Bruce there it is chance going on or anything like that. So in the first, sniping 101 was in session. Brock, the Professor Besser, wired a wrist shot, glove side, and just the good pass from Pearson. No hesitation from Brock. As soon as the puck was on his stick, it was gone and in the net.
Back to the old Besser that we know, baby.
Yep.
The Besser that won MVP at the All-Star game. He was back in action, just ripping pucks on net, not dusting them off, over stick handling, literally just taking it on the tape, ripping it on net, and just finding his way right past the goalie.
And then we had another goal in the power play from Beaufort Williams Corvat. A very similar goal to the game winner he had in Columbus, just another cross-ice pass from JT Miller.
Yeah.
This was a shot from Bo, not a redirection, and just up and over the goaltender again for San Jose. Aaron Hill, I believe his name was.
Yeah, which you really, really like to see that, because when we're in a tight spot or we're on the power play, now we're going to be looking for that play, because they pulled it off twice in a row, 2 games in a row, and it looks phenomenal.
And when the team has confidence and like they're playing with a purpose like they are now, it's these plays seem to work. We talked about this again too. Like when we have confidence, we are a very different team. Yeah. 2 players in specifically. Yeah. In specifically? 2 players specifically. So this was 2-1 after the first for the Canucks. Yeah. And then into the second. Once again, sniping 1-on-1 in session with Brock, the Professor Besser. Glove side on a great pass from JT Miller again. Yep. Again, like just on the stick, off the stick. Nothing, no moves, no stick handling, just shooting.
Shoot the puck.
This is the player that we want, or the player that we know Besser is. Like, just a straight up lethal sniper.
Which props to Pearson on both of these goals. Yes. I know, and JT Miller, but at the end of the day, Pearson's winning these board battles, which are creating these chances out front for Brock. So shout out to Pearson and JT Miller as well.
And this line kind of works because, again, like we talked about, it seems like they all know their roles, right? Yeah. Like with the Lotto line, it can work, but there's 2 snipers on that line. Yeah. So there's kind of an off balance. Yeah. You don't notice it when they're both rolling like they were that first year, I guess. Yeah. But this line with Pearson, Miller, and Besser, like Besser's going to score. Miller can score, but he's also a great setup guy. And Pearson's just going to go get the puck. Yeah. Like he's going to muck it up in the corners, go to the front of the net like he's good at. And
which it seemed like Besser was really trying to implement that playmaker style of game into his game. But now Boudreau's like, no, just shoot the puck. Shoot the goddamn puck. And it's worked out way better for him. So just continue to shoot the puck and score goals. And then I feel like kind of maybe that's why, like you were just talking about the chemistry of that line, maybe that's why the Horvat, Pearson, Niels Höglander line was kind of fighting itself a little bit, because you got 3 kind of grinder power forward kind of guys.
3 guys that'll all go get the puck.
Exactly. So it's kind of like you need all those elements on the line, not just like too many players that have a similar style of play.
Yeah. It's like the older NHL games, right? When the West Coast Express was a thing, I remember them basing off like if you had a power forward, a sniper, and a playmaker on your line, it was like perfect chemistry.
Elite. Yeah.
That's kind of what we have there. It's just a little bit of everything. Yeah. And all the guys can score. They 100%. Just can all do it in different ways. Yeah. So this line is working, and like we said, the Garland line is working. The Höglander, Dickinson, Horvat line is like getting some chances. Yeah. They're not clicking together as a unit yet, but give them some time.
Yeah, and I still feel like Dickinson hasn't showed his true potential yet. He is trending in the right direction, no doubt about it.
This was probably his best game as a
Canuck. Yeah, exactly. He was getting some grade A's on net. He just couldn't find it past the goalie, but
had a couple breakaways or like one-on-ones, and
at least he's getting those chances.
Yeah, was noticeable for sure.
Yeah. And getting big hits.
Yes.
Got to add that in there.
So at the end of the second, this was 3-1. And then, so we had another goal from JT Miller on a bad pass by Carlson. Miller picked it off and just snapped it glove side. Just, again, go back to talking about how Miller can score goals. Like, they gave him so much time and space on this, and he just walked in and just wired it past Hill, who I think the Canucks had definitely a good scouting report, because all the shots were high and glove side. Besser's first was a blocker side goal, I think, but they were all up high, and it looked like he was really struggling with that.
100%, and that one from Bo like went right past his head, but like every goal was right in that shelf area.
Yeah, but just JT Miller kind of looking off Besser a little bit, who was seeking the hat trick, 100%. But they gave him so much time and space, and I like this play. Like, yes, I would have loved to see Besser get a hat trick.
He's already had him though.
Yeah, just score. Take your chance. Bury it like you did, and let's just win the game.
100%.
So it was the right play by Miller just to snap it home.
Yeah, and it was funny because it's like you mentioned when we were watching it, you see Besser kind of turn backwards, and he's looking for the one-timer, so you can tell like everyone is thinking Besser's getting this puck. So when JT Miller shoots it kind of just surprises the goalie and goes right past him. So it was the perfect play.
Yeah. And then we had one last goal from Jason Dickinson, who PD made a great pass.
Amazing. Wasn't even looking at him.
Yeah, just a backhander right onto Dickinson's tape, who got the empty netter. So good play for PD. 3-game point streak for PD this week. Yep. And like unselfish, right? Like he's had his struggles too. He could just potted an empty netter, had a 3-game goal streak, but instead, like, let's give it to somebody else who's kind of struggling a little bit. Like, just get them like the monkey off your back a little bit.
I kind of wish Dickinson would have did the old, you know what I mean? But whatever. At the end of the day, you could see the look on his face. He was happy.
Definitely relieved.
Yeah, just like get the first one out of the way. Now they're gonna start going in for him.
Yeah. So again, just solid like team play from Petey there, not to just get an empty netter. It was like, you know, Dickinson had a good game. He had multiple scoring chances, so give him the goal. Who cares about his empty netter?
It's those types of unselfish plays that make the team closer and make the team more unselfish as a collective. You know what I mean? Like everyone gets their opportunities. We're not, besides Besser being too overshooty with the puck, he has to be just because his shot's so amazing. Yeah. But it's nice to see Petey just kind of chip it to him and be like, hey man, just get that goal off your back.
So that was a 5-2 win for the Canucks. First road win for Bruce Boudreau as a Canucks head coach, first road game. 6 in a row for the Canucks. 12 points in 6 games. Gaining ground a little bit, slowly but surely.
I knew that the coaching change would end up being a good thing after the first 2 games, but did I think we were going to go on a 6-game heater?
Yeah, and what, 8 of the last 9 games, right? Because they won the 2 before Green and then had that Pittsburgh game. So gaining ground, just got to do it against Western Conference teams, like we mentioned.
Once this little heater streak ends here, if we can even string together another 5-gamer, like we're back in it. We just need to stay consistent as a team right now and keep battling. And trust me, as the weeks go on here, we're just going to chip away and get closer.
Yeah, and it's like Boudreau has been saying, like, just win the week. Yeah, and that's true, but we definitely, like, we had to do this to
even be in the conversation.
Yeah, to have a conversation about getting in the conversation about making the playoffs.
Yeah,
so like,
or else there's a lot different conversations going on, like trades, stuff like that.
So right now, we're in the spot where we can maybe talk about playoffs in a couple weeks. So
which I'm glad that Jim Rutherford, when he was hired, he did say, like, I think that this team is a lot better than the perception that's out there right now. And this just kind of further proves that.
Yeah. Like, we all thought at the start of the year that we were going to be a playoff contender.
Yep.
I still think they can be that. We definitely have to win a lot of games. It's not going to be easy, but they're doing all the things they need to do right now. Yeah. It was a matter of keeping it going. And it does kind of suck to get some games postponed here. But, like, you know, maybe it helps, like, a guy like Thatcher Demco, right?
Yep.
Been playing a lot, gets a lot of shots.
Yep.
Give him a little break, and, you know, maybe he's rolling even better, if that's possible.
Beating a team like Carolina does a lot for our confidence. Because, Sebastian Aho's out of the lineup, but they're still a great team without him. And beating them that's a big feather in the cap, you know what I mean? That lets us know we're doing the right things. We have the right systems in place. Let's just keep going.
And the game against Toronto tonight would have been interesting because that's another good team.
Yeah.
And anytime you play against Toronto, it's always a little bit kind of special. So
yeah, it's always a good game.
So that'll do it for the games this week. Canucks went 3-0 this week.
Yep.
That, like we said, 12 points in the last 6 games.
You won't see us much happier.
Yeah, it was another good week. Our best 2 weeks of the year, best 2 weeks in a long time. Yeah,
I can't remember. They said, like, the last time we were on a win streak like this was, like, I think it was in the bubble or something
forever
like that.
ago,
It's been a long time.
Same thing with the last time we won a game from being down 3 goals. I believe it's been like since 2015 or something like that. So.
Too long. Yeah. So it's nice to see us getting on a heater.
Yeah, and all the big players
chipping in.
Yes, Bo was scoring goals, Brock scoring goals, Petey getting points.
Yeah.
Miller doing what he does. Hughes was great. Myers had for his moments that he'll always have during games, Myers had a great week.
Which, now that we're on the Myers topic, in our D zone in our corner, one of the scariest people to have on your team because he is setting people up for the one-timers on the opposing team left and right.
The Nick Ehlers one-timer stands out. But
goodness.
We do have to give him credit because he has been good without OEL. Myers has been playing a lot. And
when he's handling the puck, he's dangerous.
Yeah, and he has not been, like, I have definitely seen way more positives this past week than negatives from Myers.
Sure.
So
yeah, he's getting his assists up. Plus, like when you see him knifing through guys in the zone, like he's handling the puck well, head up, like looking for passes.
Yeah.
Like he's looking really good. And I think what contributes to that also is the amount of ice time Boudreau's given him.
He's got a lot with OEL being out, and
Exactly.
then each game we were down a defenseman. Like after the first, we forgot to mention Breezewall left the San Jose game after the first period with an undisclosed injury. So 2 of the 3 games this week we're playing with 5 defensemen. So Myers is getting a lot of ice.
I can't remember. I think he had 26 minutes the one game. Like
I think it was 28.
Yeah, his minutes were way up there compared to what he's used to playing. And at the end of the day, that's just giving him more time to get that confidence up. More ice time just gets you more in the swing of things, and you start to find your mojo.
Yeah. So it was a good week for Myers too. Like probably the best we'll see from him, and hopefully he just continues it because we need it from him.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a couple times how the Canucks really have 2 top 4 defensemen, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Myers has been playing like not like he deserves a $6 million contract, but he's been playing like a good top 4 defenseman. So need that from him, and hopefully he keeps it up.
Yep.
All right. So another thing we want to get to here is the Canucks bringing in an assistant GM.
Yep.
A guy who worked with Rutherford. I can't remember his name, which we probably should have looked up before we started this, but again, it's something they're doing that I like, where they're bringing in management with cup experience, and like Rutherford has built cup winning teams. Like maybe he didn't draft the Penguins, but he gave them the surrounding pieces to win 2 cups back to back.
Yep.
So it's just to have somebody with that know-how. Like Benning was around when the Bruins won the cup in 2011, which we don't want to talk about, but so you mean like he had that, but he wasn't the sole reason. He wasn't the GM. Like Rutherford has been a GM of cup winning teams.
Yeah. So. And he's building a front office with experience in that field. And I feel like it's only going to benefit us, especially long term.
Absolutely. And especially too, if like the GM they eventually hire is like some younger person or like a new to hockey kind of thing, like
they can coach them and
having
all
a guy
work
like
together.
Rutherford there is gonna be great. Nothing but great. And like Stan Smeal was hired too. He's got a new position with the team. That's great too, because like we talked about last week, he's like the ultimate Canuck. So he knows what the fans want from this team, what they expect, and what they deserve. So that another good guy to have around. Yep,
and the Sedins as well.
Sedins are there, yes.
I'm so glad that they're involved with the team still, because they definitely took a lot of pride in putting that jersey on. So even if those guys just come in once in a while, give a little speech here and there, just kind of, you know what I mean? Just reinforce what needs to be done here.
Same thing with Stan Smeal, right? Like you just have to respect those guys. Yeah. Like for everything they've done, they were a part of the best team in franchise history. Like they won the MVP back-to-back, leading scorer. Like they did almost everything you could do for a franchise. Yep. And terrific people outside of the organization too. So just good people you want who are lifelong Canucks, know the fans and what like the fans deserve. Yep. It'll only help the team. Yep. So they're adding good pieces, and hopefully we get the right pieces to build a cup winning team here, because fuck do I want a Stanley Cup.
No kidding.
But yeah, just another thing we wanted to note there with the new hire. This might be a short one here, folks, so let's get to our Canucks of the week here, I guess. I'm going to go first this week. Go. Brock the Professor Besser. Yep. Who I'm pretty sure you were going to pick too.
Of course.
Him or Bo.
You see the best jersey on. He's completely elevated his game from where he was at. He's shooting the puck. It's going in the back of the net. He's you can tell now everyone's kind of worried about him again, which that's what you want. It opens up the other guys. It's opening up Horvat. It's opening up JT Miller. So it's great to see my Canuck of the week. Same thing, Brock Besser, which... Close nomination there. Bo Horvat, definitely up there. Holy crap, did he ever have a week. JT Miller, once again, great week.
Quinn Hughes had a good week.
Petey's trending. Yeah. Like, Pods is even working hard. You know, like, Hoaglander's always there. Like, the team has performed great, but Brock Besser, Canuck of the week.
And deservedly so. Like, Best for Green this year had 4 goals. For Boudreau, got 6 games. Or 5 already.
Yeah.
So clearly something is working for Besser, and his last, the Vancast, Jeff Patterson was talking about this. So Besser's last calendar year, I believe 84 games or so, or his last 84 games, sorry, on pace for had 32 goals. So
yeah,
he's a 30 goal scorer in the league.
Like, for sure.
He absolutely is. And still young enough to where he's got potential. Like I really think he could score 40 goals one year.
And that's the thing. Like, I know the potential he can play at, and when I see him shooting the puck like this, I'm like, if he would have been shooting the puck like this 20 games ago, we're looking at a 40-goal season.
Yeah.
But it's just, sometimes you start out slow, sometimes you end bad on a season, so that's just how it is. Sometimes it's a roller coaster. I hope one year we get 40 best. We're looking for it.
Yeah, because, like, he had a great year last year. Like, not many Canucks did, but Besser did.
Yep.
And you just wanted him to keep rolling into this year, and, like, he seems like he's found his game again, and just flinging pucks into the net. It's like he's got such a good shot, and it's so nice to see him doing it again. Like,
and I was telling Justin too, I was asking him, did you watch the mic'd up with JT Miller? Because he was saying on the bench, like, JT's like, oh, you could kind of dish me the puck down here, and Best goes, no, I'm shooting everything. And you can tell Boudreau's message has come across clear to Brock Besser. Just shoot the puck. Don't look for the cute passes, which sometimes he's still finding those passes, but it's nice to see him shooting like 90% of the time he touches the puck now. Yeah,
like we've talked about before, like he's an underrated playmaker, but his shot is his number one weapon. Yeah. That should be your A option every time. Yeah. If there's 3 guys in front of the net, then make your pass. But if you got a clear shot, 10 out of 10, I want to see Besser rip that shot. Yeah. So good week for Brock Besser. I want to just see him keep rolling.
Yeah, me too.
I want to see, like, who knows when we're going to play our next game now. It's kind of up in the air. Yeah. But I hope it's a good break for the Canucks. Like, take some time from the arena and maybe just, get back to normal life a little bit, and then let's go back into what we're going to do here and hopefully put together some more wins.
And you could tell before the Columbus game, like, the guy said to our coach Bruce, like, we don't want to have a morning skate this morning. Like, we don't feel comfortable with it, with what happened last year. We just don't think it's a good idea. And so when I seen, like, the game was still on with Toronto and all the issues that they're having with the COVID protocol, and then we've got D-men just dropping off left and right, it's kind of like, I think it is a good break. Yeah. It's a smart break by the league, because guys getting pulled off the ice during the middle of the game, that looks bad.
Like, and what's, like, you know what I mean? Especially Pullman played a whole first period.
And you're playing on the bench all your line mates.
You're shoulder to shoulder with guys.
Coaches
maybe you're
sharing up there talking to you.
Yeah, like,
it's bad.
You're throwing hits, so you are touching the other team. Like,
it looks kind of unprofessional. So it's a good break from the league.
Another thing too that they did, they were supposed to fly out to San Jose the next night, the Wednesday night, which they did, but they delayed their flights to get all their test results back. Which is smart. Yeah, smart move by the organization there. Like, don't have guys on the plane and be like, oh, they can't play. Now they're stuck in America for 2 weeks, so they have to quarantine or something like that. It was the right move, even if you delay your plane trip a couple hours. This team went through the ringer last year with COVID, so it's nice that they're learning and doing things in the right precautions. Yeah. So good on management, good on the team for saying no, and like, because I imagine that's hard, right? Like, new coach and everything, you don't know him that well, like, how is he gonna react? But smart move, handled pretty well by the Canucks in general. So good on him. Sucks. Like, the whole COVID protocol, right? Like, it would have been a fun game tonight against the Leafs.
With the momentum we have, like, riding into tonight's game, I feel like we're just going to put a whooping on them. But
I don't know about that, but I like
but it's kind of a goalie battle, which is fun to watch. And then plus you got 2 good teams. It would have been fun.
Again, could have been a battle of the Team America goalies.
So. There you go.
And having Arizona in the house, right? Like, return of Louis Beagle and Roos. Louis Eriksson, I saw you scored your first goal of the year last game. So.
Which is embarrassing, but whatever.
And Jay Beagle recently scored his first 2, I believe. So good on the boys.
Yeah. We miss you, Beagle. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. The other 2.
I liked Roos. I like Roos as a person.
I liked his energy, but just stupid penalties.
Yeah. Had a very, very unfortunate injury that first year. Had a really good first year as a Canuck, and then
that was unfortunate. Yeah.
So we will do score predictions, even though it's going to be kind of weird, right? Because who knows what happens in the Leafs with the Leafs and Coyotes game, like when they get rescheduled too. But we'll say what we think, and we'll see what happens there. Yeah. So Toronto in Vancouver would have been tonight, Saturday the 18th. What do you think, Wes?
I was going to go with a 4-3 game. I feel like both goalies are really, really good, so it's hard to get that many goals on the both of those two. But I just feel like the way that we're setting up plays and the way that Toronto can set up plays, it kind of makes for a fun game, a high-scoring game. So that's kind of how I felt about it. But now with the break, I don't know if either team looks great when they come back, and maybe they do. Who knows, right? So I'll go 3-2 Vancouver Canucks on the comeback.
4-3 Vancouver Canucks.
There you go. See, I felt that one. That was my prediction right off the bat. But
I liked it. I rolled with it.
With a little bit of a break.
We got to go over our scores from last week. We forgot to do that.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
We'll keep going with our score predictions here. The Coyotes. In Vancouver would have been Sunday night, the 19th.
It's off with your heads, boys.
It would have been a whoop, and I want to say 5-1 for the Canucks.
I'm saying at least 4-1. I don't even see them putting a goal past Thatcher Demco, but who knows? Maybe they get a funny bounce off someone's shin pad and it goes in. Definitely not Louis Eriksson, I'll tell you that right now. His confidence is shattered when he's around the Vancouver Canucks. So that wasn't going to happen.
I have some nightmares walking down that arena. Being like, I'm playing here tonight? Usually I just sit up in the box.
Yeah, for real.
So San Jose, Tuesday night. So these games haven't been postponed yet. We'll see. Hopefully we'll have a couple games to talk about next week.
Yeah.
Regardless, whatever happens, next week's episode will be a little bit different because of Christmas and everything. But
maybe we'll have a couple drinky poos, celebrate Christmas a little bit.
Maybe some guests, who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, San Jose again.
Yeah.
Tuesday the 21st. 5-4 Canucks.
For San Jose?
5-4 Canucks.
No, but
against San Jose. Yes, in San Jose.
Okay, and we just beat them, and it was a great game for us. Frick, that's a hard one. Let's go 3-1 Vancouver Canucks.
And then we have the Anaheim Ducks, the 23rd in Vancouver. That'll be a tough one. Anaheim is a good team.
Yeah.
I give that one 3-2 Anaheim.
Whew, yeah, Anaheim's on a heater this year. They got Zegras, he's lighting it up.
They got Troy Terry, who
Milano looks good.
Yeah,
so I'll give us the dub, but it's going to be a hard-fought one. I'll go 3-2 Vancouver Canucks. And I just want to say that 3-1 win in San Jose is only if we have Thatcher Demco playing in that.
He can't be...
That's no 100%. Halak, he hasn't shown us that he can get a shutout yet, or even have a one goal game. You pick your
score. You live and die by the score. It doesn't matter the goalies.
Okay, let's live by that.
Okay, so I was smart and I wrote down our score predictions from last week. So against the Hurricanes, you gave the Canucks a 3-2 win.
What was the score?
It was 2-1 for Vancouver. I gave the Canucks a 4-2 loss.
Oh,
so you got the win right. Against the Columbus Blue Jackets, you gave them a 4-2 win. I gave them a 5-2 win. 4-3, the Canucks won this one. So we kind of split the difference.
There we go.
San Jose, you gave them a 4-3 win. I gave them a 4-2 win. I think did I nail that? No, it was 5-1.
So we're close.
5-2 for that one, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're close.
Pretty decent scores. We kind of split the two there. You got all the victories right again. Because
I'm just picking dubs, but hey, I'm glad that we're on a heater. Yeah,
100%. So,
and now, did you give us a loss in there?
Yeah.
Well, we might go on another heater, boys.
Keep giving them losses.
Because I gave them all wins. You gave them one loss.
Yeah, I forgot actually to write down our predictions here.
So if we keep that trending, Justin's just going to have to throw an L out there. I'll just go straight dubs, and we'll see if we just keep winning.
Yeah. So Toronto, Arizona, we had the Ducks, and San Jose, then the Ducks. I'll do this after. We'll go over this just to make sure.
100%.
So I guess we'll do the tweet of the week here.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what I had cooked up. It was a good week for Canucks Twitter because we keep winning. So I have one here from Harmon Dial at Harmon Dial 2, writer for The Athletic. You see him on the intermission shows sometimes. Smart kid. This run might not last, and the playoffs are a very long shot mathematically, but it's just relieving that the Canucks are fun to watch again. Yeah. It would have been such a long, exhausting season without changes to shake up the atmosphere around this team. 100% right.
Like literally hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. I got a couple actually. So this one's from Farhanlalji at Farhanlalji TSN, host of the Vancast with
No Big Deal.
Thomas Drance.
Yeah.
At this rate, I'm wondering what Boudreau could have done for Louis Eriksson.
he might have a hattie by now. Who knows, right? Like the guy's just a confidence builder of a coach, and you can tell that's the type of guy we need in the room right now. Yep. So maybe he would have turned him around. Who knows?
Then this one is from Jackie Redmond at Jackie_Redmond. When Bruce Boudreau took over the Canucks, we're 9 points out of a playoff spot. They're 4 back. That was 12 days ago. This was, I don't know when this was tweeted out, on the 12th. So it might be a little bit different now, but very true. Like,
yeah.
Team is on an absolute heater.
Yeah.
Winning left, right, and center, and we needed it. We need another big run of games, big run of wins like this to talk about playoffs. Like,
yep.
We have some energy. We have like fun.
Yep.
And it's exciting now, right? Like, I'm really, really disappointed these games got postponed.
Me
It's
too.
good reasons, but
yeah.
Canucks in Toronto on a Saturday night. Who doesn't want to watch that?
Yeah, like that's a pizza and beer type of night.
And we had some plans to. We can't stream it yet because our YouTube channel isn't like big enough. But we were gonna watch the first period on camera and post it. But can't do that now. But
that's why we got to get the subs up, you guys. We want to be able to stream some games. Come on, do your part here.
So hopefully, at some point we can do that. It won't happen next week because Christmas and everything. But hopefully at some point we can watch some hockey games live on the channel here and just see how it goes. It'll be a fun. Do something different. Obviously, I don't think we can have the stream on the actual channel because we get shut down quick. But that was just a plan we had there. So hopefully at some point we can do that.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to do it for episode 13.
Yeah. Big week.
Very big week. Next time we see you guys, it'll be Christmas. So I hope everybody has good holidays, good last week at work or whatever.
Safe travels.
Yeah, school, whatever you're finishing up. Everybody get to where you're going safe, and maybe next weekend we'll enjoy an eggnog or two with you.
Yeah.
So thank you for tuning in. Check us out on Spotify, Apple, everywhere there's podcasts, YouTube. Subscribe, please. We can't stream unless I think we have 50 subscribers.
Yeah, so we're 20 away. We just got 30 today. Let's keep going.
So that's the goal there. Also, I think I got banned on a Facebook page for posting the podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna do it again, but I couldn't find the page. So can't be spamming it on YouTube or on Facebook anymore. But
whatever.
Yeah, everybody have good holidays, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See you guys. Another one in the bag.